भारती न्यूज़, सीधा, सटीक और निष्पक्ष।
Good evening and welcome to Bharati News. I am Peksha. Let's have a look at the biggest news of the day. Here is the national news first. The Mysuru Lokayukt has officially started the inquiry and investigation into the case linked to the Mysore Urban Development Authority MUDA land allotment scam from Tuesday. The Mysore Lokayukt had sent their first notice to social activist Neha Krishna, who is one of the complainants in the MUDA scam. He also filed a petition to the Karnataka High Court seeking the transfer of the case from Lokayukt to Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI). Following his notice, activist Neha Krishna said, "No notice regarding any documents has been received. I am ready to provide documents that I have if all any documentation is required in the inquiry." The National Investigation Agency (NIA) conducted simultaneous raids across 12 locations in West Bengal on Tuesday, including one in Kolkata, targeting individuals suspected of having links to Maoist groups. The raids were carried out across various locations including Netaji Nagar, Barakpur, Asansol in connection with alleged involvement of two women and their associates with Maoist, sources told news agency PTI. These women had allegedly siphoned off funds sent to them for spreading Maoist networks in eastern India. These raids are underway to find out the exact roles these players were playing in the Maoist organization, the sources said. Here is the international news. A school bus in Thailand with about 44 students and teachers on board caught fire on the outskirts of Bangkok. As many as 25 of them are feared dead. News agencies AP quoted government officials as saying about 16 students and 3 teachers were sent to a hospital for treatment, Transport Minister said, adding that the cause of incident was being investigated. The bus was carrying 44 people en route from central Uttarakhand Thani province to Ayutthaya for a school trip when the fire started around noon in the Pathum Thani province, a northern suburb of the capital city. Georgia and North Carolina were epicenters of the destruction and are among the key swing states where the US election will be decided in just 5 weeks' time. Donald Trump sought to turn a storm that killed more than 100 people and caused destructive flooding across the US Southeast into a major presidential election issue Monday, as he hurried to the impact zone and the White House refuted criticism of its emergency response. With the death toll rising and hundreds of people still unaccounted for, rescuers search for survivors across Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina and Tennessee, where torrential rains brought by Hurricane Helene brought widespread havoc. Here is sports news. Bangladesh was bowled out for 146 in the second test match against India at Kanpur, leaving India to chase a meager 95 runs to win the match and sweep the series 2-0. In the first session of the final day's play of the last test, India was leading by 26 runs as Bangladesh were 26 by 2 in 12 overs. Wickets fell at regular intervals for Bangladesh, with Ravichandran Ashwin claiming the first wicket of the day in the 14th over, following which Bangladesh batsmen could make only a brief visit to the crease as they were bundled out of 46. The spin duo of Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja and pacer Jasprit Bumrah did the much needed damage by claiming 3 wickets each. Akash Deep also claimed a scalp at the Kanpur Stadium. The International Olympic Committee is keeping a close watch too. The IOC has said that the IOA is responsible for whatever is happening in it and must resolve it soon. In a statement to this newspaper, the IOC said, "The IOA is fully responsible for the current situation and must urgently address the resolve its international governance issues. The IOC does not have any further comments on this topic to make at the stage." In fact, a top IOC official attended the last EC meeting that ended in acrimony last week. Here is the business news. In the budget 2024, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced several modifications to income tax rules, some of which will take effect starting October 1, 2024. The updates include taxation on share buybacks, Aadhaar card, securities, transaction tax (STT), tax deducted to source (TDS) rates, and the introduction of the Direct Tax Vivad Se Vishwas Scheme 2024, all of which are part of the Finance Bill 2024. From October 1, the sum paid by a domestic company for buyback of its own shares will be taxable as dividend in the hands of shareholders who received payment from such buyback and will be taxable at applicable rates. From Tuesday onwards, mobile phone users in India will receive only approved web links via SMS as per mandated by Telecom Regulatory Authority of India (TRAI). This regulation effective from 1st October 2024 requires telecom service providers to ensure that only whitelisted links are transmitted via SMS. The move will reduce the risk of users being directed to malicious websites. TRAI in August issued directive instructing all access providers to block any traffic containing URLs, Android package kits, APKs or over-the-top OTT links that have not been whitelisted. So that concludes our news bulletin for today. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned to Bharati News for continuous coverage and more updates. Wishing a very good evening.